In this video, you're going to learn what is tables in HTML5, what is header, table header, what is table footer, what is table body, and many more about the table. So this is the basics of HTML. You're watching MGK channel. Don't forget to subscribe it. So what is tables? Table is used to represent data in tabular form. This is how tables look like. The whole row is called table row, and each column is known as table data, and the row, the top of the one, is known as table head. In that you can mention your table headings. At the very bottom row is known as table footer, and the between these two rows is known as table body. So in this table, in HTML, this is the tags. So this is table tag. As you can see, my all three, table head, table body, and table footer, is sandwiched between these two tags. So whenever I have to create a table head, I use these two tags, table head, and whenever I have to create a table body, I will use these two tags and further table footer. So between table head tag or table body tag or table foot tag, I have these rows. Whenever I have to create a row in a table, I will use these TR tables. So in TR we may have many columns, and the column presented by table data. So whenever I have to create a table data, I will use these TD tag. So let's see a visual representation of a table. So how my table will look like. This is the visual representation. So let's move on to practice out. I'm going to write table, or I just write table and just tab. It will create open and closing tag by itself. This is Sublime. Now I want to add a table head. In the table head, I want to add a table row, and I want to add table headings. Whenever I have to create table heading, I will use tab th. It means it is a table heading. I'm not going to create a S number. It is serial number. I'm just going to copy and paste it. Going to write document number and some more headings created by and created date and the status. These 5 columns represent my columns heading. Just going to save it out and going to check out how it's look like now. So going to refresh my page. As you can see, my headings will look like this. So now let's add table body. Add some TRs here and just write same columns for table data. Going to write 1, and document name means I'm going to create a, let's just for practice, payment voucher. Okay, and created by MGK, and just date today is 26th of July 2019. and the status is printed. Just for okay, let's check out. So my first table data row is visible here. Just going to increase some amount of data. So now I'm going to just copy it and just going to replace sometimes, and the data is visible here. So let's create a table footer. Now I'm going to create tfoot. As I mentioned in my, there is tfoot. Now a row for tfoot and just add some td. I have 5 tds there, I think, if I'm not wrong. Yes, there's 5. Okay, so it is visible here. What I need, I want a single TD that cover all the tables. To understand that concept, we have to learn what is call span and what is row span. So what is call span? Attributes define the number of columns a cell TD should span. Whenever I have to create a single TD that cover all the columns, I have to use column span attribute. And what is row span? Row span attributes define the number of rows, means TR should span. Whenever I have to span some rows, then I will use row span. So how it will look like? So as I said, whenever I have to span some columns, I will use call span, and whenever I have to span some rows, I have to use row spans. So what is today's problem? Today's problem is that I want a single TD that will cover all the TDs. I don't want more column to extra column in my table. So I want a single table here, single column here, mgk learning today leading to tomorrow. As I said, I have to use call span. And how many columns are there? There are 5 columns. So I want to cover this column, all the 5 columns. So I will write 5 here. That will cover all the columns. Just as you can see, a single TD cover all the columns here. So now I'm going to add row span. Okay, I want a column that should cover all the rows. So how many rows I have? 1 TR means 1 row, 2 row, 3. I have 3 rows, so I want something that cover all the 3 rows. I'm just going to write row span and going to use row span attribute. And how many rows I have? I have 3 rows, so I want to cover all the rows. So it cover all the 3 rows, so I want another row to cover it out. Just going to write 4 rows. I'm going to refresh my page. As you can see, it cover all the rows. But now last one, so I have to do another thing. I just 5. Just save it and going to refresh my page. So 5 not working. Why? Because it is out of its span. My row span will work in table body, and as it is last row is from empty footer in my table footer, so it will not work there. So as you can see, let's increase its row span. Let's change it to 6, as there is 6 TDs. And why there is 5? Because of this row span, it cover all the columns there. So now it is equal. So why there is another question maybe you have, why there is borders there and why there is not? So I have used some CSS for it. I will explain further videos. So let's add border in table header as well. Just add table th. So now I have add CSS for table head as well. So which one is alright? Let's create a th for itself. So this is the basics of HTML. You're watching MGK channel. Don't forget to subscribe it.